This incident happened in 2015. I was working the night shift at that time. I had to walk about 10 minutes to get to the cabin because our street had a block on the road to prevent four-wheelers. There was a cemetery in front of our house, and I, being on the first floor, had a clear view of what was happening there. One night when I was going to work, I saw a person who worked as a shroud come from the cemetery. At first, I thought he was going somewhere else, but he approached me and asked, "Did you see him?" I was confused and asked him what he meant. He got angrier and repeated his question, "Did you see it or not?" Assuming he might be drunk, I decided to leave without saying anything. The next day, there was a new person in the cemetery and he came to our house to bring water. Curious about the previous person, I inquired about his whereabouts. To my surprise, he told me that this man died in a car accident 2 days ago and that he was cremated just the day before. I was stunned for a moment, wondering how I had seen him the night before, when he had passed away 2 days ago. I was horrified by this experience, and after a few months, we decided to move out. The memory of that eerie encounter remains with me. In a quaint little town nestled among the hills, there was a centuries-old cemetery hidden behind an ancient iron gate decorated with intricate carvings. Worn headstones and moss-covered mausoleums tell the stories of generations past, and its eerie atmosphere attracts visitors seeking a glimpse into the past. When night fell on the world, the foreboding air covered the cemetery like a shroud. Moonlight filtered through the thicket of trees, creating eerie shadows that seemed to dance among the gravestones. Few dared venture here after dark, as restless spirits were rumored to seek solace and companionship there. One of the most frightening stories circulating among the townspeople was the story of a ghostly apparition known as the Crying Lady. Legend has it that the ghost of a sad woman in a tattered white dress roamed the cemetery, and her mournful sobs echoed in the silence. Some claim to have seen her kneeling beside a forgotten grave, her ethereal form glowing in the moonlight, clutching a withered bouquet of roses. On foggy nights, visitors claim to have seen shadows moving among the tombstones, conjuring memories of long-lost souls searching for their final resting places. Whispers drifted on the cold breeze, though no living being could find their source. Some said it was the ghosts of lovers separated in life and death, seeking each other's embrace in the unknown realm. Sometimes, a brave soul will try to hold a meeting in a graveyard, hoping to communicate with the spirits that dwell within. However, such efforts often ended in terrifying encounters that would shake even the bravest of columns. Unseen hands tugging at clothes, a cold breeze swept over the participants, and faint outlines of spectral figures appeared, fading into the night. Despite the harrowing stories, this cemetery had its share of fascinating history. One of the tombstones, weathered by time and covered by nature, had a mysterious inscription in an unfamiliar language. Scholars and linguists have tried to decipher it over the years. Still, its meaning remains obscure, adding to the aura of mystery surrounding the resting place. Yet, amidst the ghostly folklore and eerie atmosphere, the cemetery had a quiet beauty. During the day, rays of sunlight filtered through the foliage and illuminated the tombstone with a soft glow. Birds sat on ancient branches and sang melancholy songs that seemed to resonate with the spirits of the departed. Regardless of its admirable reputation, the cemetery remained a place of respect for the townspeople. They would visit their ancestors to pay their respects and leave fresh flowers and candles. It was a place where the past met the present, and the boundaries between the dead and the living were somewhat blurred. Thus, the cemetery stood as a testament to the passage of time, where stories of love, loss, and lingering spirits mingled with the rustling of leaves and the passing of centuries. Whether it was a haven for restless spirits or a figment of the living imagination, the cemetery's mysteries remain, evoking curiosity and fear for generations to come.